She was the face of a nation, the matriarch of a dynasty, and the longest reigning monarch in British history. But behind the crowns, ceremonies, and decades of unwavering duty lay a woman of quiet strength, unexpected fortune, and timeless grace. From surviving World War II to guiding her people through the COVID-19 pandemic, Queen Elizabeth II's reign spanned an era of radical change. And as of 2022, just months before her passing, her personal fortune was estimated at £370 million. But how did Elizabeth Alexandra Mary Windsor, born into relative obscurity as the daughter of a second son, come to define an age? And what secrets lie behind the golden gates of Balmoral, Buckingham Palace, and the garages of Britain's most protected royal car fleet? In this video, we unveil the life, luxury, and legacy of Queen Elizabeth II, the woman who wore the crown for 70 extraordinary years. Elizabeth Alexandra Mary Windsor was born on April 21, 1926, at 17 Bruton Street in London, into the House of Windsor. At the time of her birth, few believed she would ever become queen. Her father, Prince Albert, later King George VI, was the younger son of King George V, and not the direct heir to the throne. Elizabeth's early life was marked by modesty, stability, and a strong sense of duty instilled by her parents. She was educated at home by private tutors, alongside her younger sister, Princess Margaret. Her curriculum included history, language, music, and religion. But her greatest lessons came not from books, but from the examples of leadership she witnessed around her. During the Second World War, Elizabeth broke royal tradition by serving in the Auxiliary Territorial Service as a mechanic and driver, the only female member of the royal family to actively serve in the armed forces. This experience earned her the respect of the public and laid the foundation for a lifetime of service and discipline. The defining moment came on February 6, 1952, when King George VI died unexpectedly, and 25-year-old Elizabeth ascended the throne. She had been on a royal tour of Kenya at the time, and upon receiving the news, she returned immediately to Britain, no longer a princess, but now queen. The world watched as this young woman took on the immense responsibility of ruling one of the world's largest empires. Her coronation at Westminster Abbey in 1953 was the first to be televised, marking the beginning of a new era, not just for Britain, but for global media and monarchy alike. From that moment, Queen Elizabeth II pledged her life to the service of her people, a promise she kept for the next 7 decades. Over the next 70 years, Queen Elizabeth II became a living symbol of continuity, grace, and resilience. She reigned through 15 prime ministers, from Winston Churchill to Liz Truss. She witnessed historical milestones, from the end of the British Empire and the Cold War to the Brexit referendum and the pandemic. Her overseas influence was staggering. She visited over 100 countries on more than 270 foreign trips, making her the most widely traveled head of state in history. She also oversaw the transition of the British Empire into the Commonwealth of Nations, preserving Britain's international presence through diplomacy rather than domination. In times of national mourning, like the death of Princess Diana in 1997, and celebration, like the Platinum Jubilee in 2022, she remained a steady hand, a constant presence, and a queen for the ages. As of 2022, Queen Elizabeth II's estimated personal net worth was £370 million, or roughly $500 million. This did not include assets held in trust by the Crown Estate, which was valued at over £15 billion and is not privately owned by the royal family. Her personal wealth came from real estate, private investments, jewelry, and rare art collections. She owned multiple royal residences outright, including Balmoral Castle in Scotland, her beloved summer retreat valued at £100 million, Sandringham House in Norfolk, another private estate, estimated at £50 million, a personal stamp collection known as the Royal Philatelic Collection, one of the world's most valuable. But her royal opulence extended far beyond real estate. Her royal car collection, an Empire on Wheels Bentley State Limousine, custom-built in 2002 for her Golden Jubilee, one of only 2 in the world, with bomb-proof armor and handcrafted leather interiors. Rolls-Royce Phantom 4, built in 1950, one of only 18 ever made, exclusively for royalty. Jaguar X-Type Estate, used for private drives at Balmoral. Land Rover Defender, a longtime favorite for countryside excursions. Range Rover LWB Landaulet, custom for ceremonial parades with a convertible rear. Aston Martin DB6 Volante. Though technically Prince Charles's favorite, this classic was often seen during royal family events. The Queen herself was known to drive frequently, especially around her estates. Remarkably, she was the only person in the UK allowed to drive without a license. Behind the crown was a woman deeply committed to family and tradition. Elizabeth married Prince Philip of Greece and Denmark in 1947. Their marriage lasted 73 years until Philip's passing in 2021, making them the longest married royal couple in British history. They had 4 children: Charles, Anne, Andrew, and Edward, each carrying different parts of the monarchy into the modern era. Elizabeth was known for her love of animals, especially her iconic corgis, of which she owned over 30 in her lifetime. Her affection for horses was equally legendary. She bred thoroughbreds and attended equestrian events regularly. Beyond her royal duties, the Queen served as patron to over 600 charities, supporting causes in health, education, science, and the arts. She was also a deeply religious figure, Supreme Governor of the Church of England, and often spoke about the importance of faith in her life. Despite rarely showing emotion in public, her sense of humor was well known among those close to her. From photobombing selfies at the 2014 Commonwealth Games to her comedic sketch with Paddington Bear in 2022, she surprised the world with her wit and charm. Queen Elizabeth II passed away on September 8, 2022, at Balmoral Castle at the age of 96. Her death marked the end of the Second Elizabethan era and left an irreplaceable void in the hearts of millions. But her legacy lives on, in her son, King Charles III, in the traditions she upheld, and in the global admiration she earned. Her reign wasn't just the longest, it was one of the most transformative in British history. She navigated wars, crises, and cultural revolutions, all while holding on to the ideals of duty, faith, and grace. As we remember her, we don't just think of a monarch. We think of a woman who, for 7 decades, embodied a nation's spirit. What part of Queen Elizabeth II's extraordinary life inspired you the most? Was it her unwavering duty, her royal elegance, or her hidden sense of humor? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this tribute to Her Majesty, be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon for more in-depth stories of history's most iconic figures. Thank you for watching, and long live her memory.